Hi, Zable975 and welcome to Elite Dangerous on the Legacy version on Xbox, and today I've got the T-Bomb out in force. If you didn't know, T-Bomb is actually named after a cockerel at the rescue. Normally the tradition is you only name ships after girls, and I've kept to that tradition and only named my ships after hens at the rescue before, but T-Bomb originally was called Tracy and thought to be a girl, so that's my justification for getting around that one. Now, the T-Bomb is one of my more fun pirate ships. It's not an amazingly good pirate ship. As we've seen in recent videos, people can just fly away from it, ignore it, because it's so slow. However, it is one of my favourite pirate ships because it's so much fun and the fixed missile racks are hilarious to use. So I was down in Seoul pirating and having a bit of fun, interacting with players, not necessarily always getting cargo, it's not always the way it goes, but you know, getting some cargo, getting some no cargoes free to go, having some nice chats and interactions with people, and just generally hanging out, doing what I normally do in, in Elite Dangerous. Just hang around the shipping lane as a good pirate would do. And yeah, I got some rewards, masses of merchandise, which one of the other things I like about T-Bomb is T-Bomb's got one of the bigger cargo spaces of any of my pirate ships. So when people are overly generous to me, it's a good ship to be in. And yeah, I ran into some aero commanders, they were down here, had some no cargo free to go, the usual stuff, and I got challenged to a 1v1. So yeah, as you can see, just doing what I do. The good thing about the dropship is actually really good at interdictions because it's so stable and slow. I think it's just the pitch and yaw rate just does really well in interdictions. Unfortunately for me, the shieldless Python had no cargo, so I don't know what he was up to. And as for the vet, what he had was what she had is a lot of frags and yeah, a lot of firepower. But luckily they didn't want to fight because that would have probably blown me apart, and I doubt my 4 fixed missile racks are doing anything to the shields on that thing. My dropship is not exactly that amazing in combat, but I did just end up in a 1v1 in combat in it, which I got to say, and also the size of the target I was fighting against made it very, very challenging for fixed missiles which shoot at 650 meters per second. So, I mean, a really dumb choice when it comes to a combat ship, but ultimately very fun when it's a pirate ship. And I did decide to stick around and take on the 1v1 challenge in my dropship because it seemed only fair, considering the commander I was up against had picked something equally unsuitable for PvP. So yeah, I was just complimenting the vet pilot on their choice of weaponry, very nice. And yeah, and I noticed that I had a message asking me for a fight, so I was like, yeah, I can do PvP if you want. And yeah, so it was agreed, we did a bit of PvP, and my opponent had definitely chose something equally unsuitable for PvP as a dropship, and that is an adder. I ended up staying in this, which is kind of, yeah, unfortunately for him, because the missiles did eventually do him over. But yeah, the combination thermal vent beam, which increases his heat slightly so I could get lock on him and stuff, I had to leave wing because you can't go silent running against the wingmate, you'll still appear on their radar. So with him being a shieldless ship, I figured he'd probably try and go silent running at some points. I thought I'd leave wing. Also, I'm going to go silent running at some points in my dropship because yeah, I've got, as you can see, quite a lot of heat sinks on here. I'm still debating whether to put another chaff on here and have double chaff, but I honestly think the heat sinks give me slightly more. What would that increase the weapons and also the ability to go silent running for longer. I'm going to leave you with some of this fight playing out. I didn't leave you all of it because it actually went on for quite a while, and most of it was me missing with missiles, which happened a lot, the 650 meters a second, but eventually I hit enough of them to take out modules, as you'll see. And I'll say that's all. Thank you very much for watching. Enjoy the rest of this fight with some wonderful music. The best music, I think, to watch a fight to in Elite Dangerous, or at least my favourite music for a fight in Elite Dangerous anyway. That's all. Thank you very much for watching.